Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and this is The Inquisitor. It's a game developed by The Dust. Never heard of them. I think it's a new and upcoming developer. Published by Calypso. I have heard of them. Not familiar too much with their games, but I know that they're not a small publisher. This is a game that's mostly what seems to be mostly a murder mystery investigative type game. You're an Inquisitor and you look into, I guess, a town that's full of sin. This is actually based in religious background, so if you're not keen to that, then, well, this isn't for you, but you're there to impose the will of the Lord. Or impose? Yeah, basically impose the will of the Lord. It's very, very religious backed, based in somewhat reality, but not like literal reality. It's a work of fiction based on a book series, actually. I'm looking at this today because it piqued my interest. While it's visually going to be very rough, I think, the idea seems pretty sound. It looked as though in the trailer they are trying to do something similar to the Medium, where you can go between two worlds, not at the same time, but you can transfer between two worlds. One being what we would know as the overworld or the regular world, and then the other one, the unworld. I'm not entirely sure if they meant to say underworld, but you get the idea. I don't know how far the demo's going to go in, but why don't we take a look?
They thought they had Christ in their grasp. They thought they could do with him as they pleased. Thus did they mutilate him and nail him to the cross. They laughed as he promised his vengeance would fall upon them. But he stayed true to his words. The earth they trod upon ran red with blood. The cities they resided in were engulfed by flames. Having witnessed their defeat, they hid amidst the faithful. They thought they would be safe. They were mistaken. Ever steadfast Inquisitors, masters at discerning subtleties and signs, followed their trail. With the words of the scripture did they convert the heretics. With fire did they cleanse the witches. By their hands were the deceitful vampires impaled. In the name of Christ and for his eternal glory!
Welcome to Königstein, Master Inquisitor. My name's Bertram, the guard captain.
Mortimer Manadine, licensed Inquisitor, in service to the Bishop of Hez-Hezron.
The Holy Office informed us of your arrival. I must admit that I'm surprised by the purpose of this visit. I don't believe there's a vampire lurking in Königstein. There hasn't been a recorded sighting of one in these parts for what must have been a century.
That doesn't mean there isn't one here.
Fair enough. That's why my men and I will do our best to assist you. As far as we are able to, of course.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm just following the mayor's orders, so it's him you should be thanking, not me. If you wish to express your gratitude personally, go to the fair. He's attempting to raise funds there today. My men will show you the way. Now, please excuse me. I need to check on the outpost at the other gates.
You were right. He's an Inquisitor.
I told you. I spotted the Inquisitor's insignia right away. Only they can wear them.
Bloody dog catcher.
Quiet, fool, or you'll bring trouble on our heads.
Okay, so we got our first choice here. Yeah, as you can see, I think it's Unreal Engine 4. I don't think we're at 5 here. It's a bit rough. It's a bit rough around the edges, but I gotta say the voice acting is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. They did a really good job with the voice acting. The writing so far I like. As you saw in the intro, first of all, the intro, I really liked it, actually. The art style and the way that they did the cutscenes is very good. It is an alternative version of history where Jesus Christ did not die for our sins, but he came back with a vengeance. And he basically imparted his own will instead of needing help to do that. So, and apparently we're dealing with vampires too. So they kind of mix a little bit of reality with mythology, which is a very interesting way to go about it. I'm sure that many people will find this potentially blasphemous, but I mean, I think it's an interesting take on it. Jesus Christ actually being vengeful instead of forgiving. Who would have thought? And to the main character here, I don't know, something about his head proportional to his body, it just doesn't fit. He's too skinny for a head that big, you know. It just looks weird. These two guys look normal, but I don't know, the guy you're playing seems a bit, Mortimer I believe is his first name, it just seems a bit unproportioned. But anyway, let's give these guys a little intimidation.
What did you call me?
He meant no offense, Master. He doesn't think that at all.
Those who disrespect an Inquisitor disrespect the Holy Office.
Those who disrespect an Inquisitor disrespect the Holy Office. Your commander will hear of this. He will administer your punishment.
Don't do it, Master. The captain will throw me out of the guard. I beg you. Have mercy. Why? Isn't today a celebration of Christ triumphant?
Are you tempting an Inquisitor into committing the sin of mercy?
Please. I'll do anything for you.
Anything?
I swear by the broken cross.
The captain mentioned there's a fair currently being held in town. Where exactly?
In the town square. You can't miss it, Master. But be wary of ruffians. Them sons of whores are always lurking in the stands.
Do you know anything about a vampire? One is supposedly lurking around these parts.
I haven't heard anything. How about you?
Me neither. What's gonna happen to me?
I'll find you. Should the need arise. Then we shall see the value of your oath.
I like that. He's as small of a man as he is, he's very imposing. Though, I mean, to be honest, that guy was probably just an oaf. Okay, so visually, they mentioned that they used Quixel Megascan, which I think a lot of Unreal Engine, even 4 games did end up using anyway. So it's not terrible looking, but I mean, even on the character, you can see that there's some massive ghosting, a lot of dithering around the hair, a lot of breakage in the image quality, and I suspect, of course, that's because they're using temporal anti-aliasing like most games are these days. it does look as though there is screen tearing. I'm seeing it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of there. So that's not stable. There were no graphics options, so no quality, no performance. It's just running at 30 FPS, which is fine. I don't mind it. It's not a super fast action game. This is like I said, it's an investigative murder mystery type game with light combat. But you can see the textures are crawling. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can see that. They're not stable at all. So they could be using maybe FSR. I would suspect FSR 1. Maybe not TAA, but they might be using that instead. It's not good for image quality. You guys, I mean, this is a demo, so I'm happy that more companies are doing this. Put out a demo, let us try it out, see what we think about it. And I think it could be better if they weren't using FSR or TAA. Use, I don't know, SMAA? Some other type of anti-aliasing, because this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. It's a very soft image, very blurry. The VSync, there's no VSync. The screen tearing is a bit, it's too much. It's there. It's there, and I hate it. All right, open the journal to see current objectives. Go to the fair. I already knew that. That's pretty cool, though. You got, oh, God. Look at, this is, I think this is a PS5 game. I'm going to have to double check that. I'll put it in post here, but I'm pretty sure it's a PS5 game. If this is a PS5 native app, this isn't good. If this is a PS4 native app, I could see maybe the reason why there's such a downgrade in textures, but you can see the little flaps on the bottom there, little bookmarks. Not good. You can see the seams easily as they wave about. The animation's looping. You can see where it cuts. And the texture is not loading. So I'm not sure what they were planning on doing with that, but it doesn't look good. But I do like that there's a little bit of a description here as to, like, I'm assuming that goes with what the objective is. On this day, we celebrate Christ's triumph in an annual fair for which Königstein is famous. Is being held in the market square. I'll gladly stop by to find out if it's truly is truly as impressive as folks say. I should also use this opportunity to have a chat with the mayor. Yeah, the screen tearing's a bit too much. Prayer guidance. Use L2, R2 to see places and objects that are of interest to you. Prayer will lead you by casting a beam of light on your next destination. You got the hold to close. Oh, wow. Okay. That is, if you suffer from epilepsy, be aware. That alone was a bit much. It didn't happen there, but it might have been, the first load and it kind of just loaded it in or whatever, but praise his bloody work.
However, one shouldn't ignore an opportunity for a conversation with God when faced with such.
Yeah. Can I tell her to go on the right path? No? Okay. Her audio is looping. It's the same thing over and over again. Oh, good.
He stole my shirt skin.
Okay, so here's some of the quick time. It does have QTE. If you're not a fan of QTE, then, well, not gonna be for you. Oh, wow, okay. I thought maybe I'd be hopping over that stuff as well, but nope, that's not the case. That little bastard got away. Thank you. Controls feel a bit floaty. I think that's just to give the character weight, but this whole running sequence isn't terrible. I wouldn't exactly call this is like, Quantic Dreams level of QTE. Though theirs is, it leaves you a lot less time. Oh, he went right through the guard there. That was a bit wonky. This little rat, dude. At least they made the... he's gone.
That cursed hood got away. So be it. I'll get him some other time.
It's good that they made the, roads wide enough for you to actually run down. Okay, so this is probably what he was referencing earlier. Replenish your prayer energy by interacting with the shrine. I didn't know I had energy. There's no, like... Is there a meter that shows up?
Christ, who is vengeful. Fill my heart with the desire for vengeance.
Ugh, look at all that ghosting. I'm not seeing any meter, so I wouldn't even know how much I had left. Yeah, I think my parents might find this game a bit blasphemous. I'm not gonna lie. It's not great. So overall, the frame rate is running between 30 and maybe 40, because right here it's gone up a little bit, but it's pretty bad. And this dude's supposed to be sleeping, but his eyes are wide open. There's loading screens, so there's that. I'm guessing that kind of might be a dead giveaway that this is a PS4 game. I don't know. I didn't look in PlayStation's store. I think it is a PS4 game, because if it was a PS5 coded game, I don't know if there'd be loading screens, and I certainly don't think they would have capped the frame rate. Though it's not, well, maybe it's not capped actually. It goes between 30 and 40-ish. And there's VSync, or VSync is not enabled, so it's, yeah, it's awfully screen torn, if you will.
To all daredevils who don't shy away from a challenge, a tournament is being held to win the favor of the queen of last year's Mama's Parade. The winner will have the honor of entertaining the beautiful Liliana during the Mama's Parade, which will begin tomorrow after the Vespers service, as is customary. Anyone can try their luck. The entry fee is but 1 silver angel. Reach into your purses. The collected funds will go toward building a new monument to Christ Triumphant. One majestic enough to eclipse that piece of trumpery from Phoebus. Well, well. The Inquisitor himself graces us with his presence. I'm happy to see you, Master. I am Guido von Herzen, the town's mayor.
It is nice to meet you, Mayor.
What is your name, Master?
Mortimer Matadine.
Mortimer. I'll be sure to remember that.
Emissaries of the Holy Office rarely visit us. I do hope that Captain Bertram gave you a proper welcome. He's a soldier through and through. He can come off as blunt and boorish, but I've yet to meet a better soldier.
His behavior was befitting of a guard commander. He brought you no shame.
Excellent. I'll gladly speak to you later, but now I must attend to a certain matter. And the tournament, of course.
I only wish to thank you for offering assistance in catching the vampire.
If you truly wish to thank me, take part in the tournament. You'll be mixing business with pleasure.
I shouldn't waste time on idle merriment. Although, since the monument to Christ Triumphant is at stake, add my name to the list.
I'm so happy. The other contestants looked insufferably boring, but you're something else. I noticed it immediately.
Well, I'm far from ordinary.
You'll be the king of the Mama's Parade, which necessitates that you wear the proper attire. Not far from here, there's a merchant who deals in fancy clothing. Buy a costume from him, even if it's only a mask. Meanwhile, I'll attend to my errands. I will see you later.
It's voluntary. If you want to learn the mechanics of the game, find 3 places of competition and complete tasks. Okay. As far as Mortimer goes, I have a feeling that his voice is automated. I don't know. It doesn't sound natural to me. It sounds kind of like just rigid. I'm not crying wolf here. My first thought was AI. But, you know, it might just be that it was mixed differently than everybody else. Because the mayor, the female there, which, by the way, what was that camera cut? right to her breast, that's it? Like, what was the point of that? Was he checking her out? Isn't that a sin? Like, I thought you're supposed to be a man of Christ. You can't just, like, she's straight up hitting on you, dude. That's, that's not consistent. But his voice acting is just, a little bit suspect. But I won't entertain that any further until we've heard more. Yeah, textures are not loading. The frame rate's dropping right here. Now, again, this is a demo, so it's really, you know, it may not be a problem in the release game, or release of the game, I should say, but it's not great. This dude, what are you doing? What's this animation? So, you know, you could take part in this thing. It said it was voluntary, but again, he's not supposed to be taking pleasure of the flesh. I mean, I think he was checking her out. That's not conducive of an Inquisitor who, you know, prides himself with the oh, that's right. They do have eavesdropping helps you gain information you need to eavesdrop. Find a suitable place to start listening. So they actually do have kind of like an Assassin's Creed 1 style of eavesdropping, which is cool, I guess. To start eavesdropping, find a suitable target and focus your sights on it. Okay. Rotate, faster movement. Oh, we're actually. Oh wow.
Sure did. I've never seen bigger ones in my life.
I hear she likes to hump, but only the Spanish way.
What way is that?
Yeah, what is that?
How should I know? I've never been to Spain.
I bet you have to grab her by those jugs like a bull by the horns.
What the hell?
Why was this? They say he pissed on His Eminence's boots while drunk.
It's good he didn't shit in them, or they'd torture the poor bastard.
Okay. Any other ones? He can listen to this all the way over there, huh?
Gap to detail, you mean? Haven't seen him.
He was here a moment ago. Look, he even left some flour behind.
Well, two of those actually, you know what? All those conversations were pointless. Okay, find a needle in a haystack, carry the pail to the indicated position, defeat the fencing master, find the costume stand. That's what I'm looking for here. That one, okay, that's a little bit... They gotta fix that sizing there. Can I make this the main... Okay. going to be the king of the holiday. I love how he's already cemented his victory. He's just like, I'm gonna be king of the Mummers Parade. Dude, you haven't even done anything yet. I hope that the merchant selling costumes in the market square has some proper attire for me. I need to find his stand.
Same punk who robbed me.
Ooh, we found him. Come back here, you little bastard.
Ruffian! He went there! He stole my purse!
Then why don't you go running after him? You might lose a few. Where? Oh my god, this... You know, I'm okay with 30... Did he go this way? Because it looked like he took a right. He did. He took a right. So... Oh, okay. We can actually get his scent, essentially.
Snot reeks of rotten fish.
How did I... Okay, there we go.
The hag must have bathed in perfume. Made me lose the scent.
Okay, how did we lose him again? Literally was right behind him.
Did he get rid of the stench?
Nope, he's right here.
Got you!
It's not him.
Ah. Oh, you were following me, huh? Look at the way he walks.
Let go! It hurts!
Show me what's in your hand first. I saw you take it from a town person's car.
It's just an apple.
What's your name? And where are your parents?
I'm Amelia. And my parents and siblings are dead. They all died 2 years ago from the plague of pox.
So, who looks after you now?
Nobody. I don't need anyone looking after me. I can look after myself.
By stealing.
I was hungry.
You won't fill your belly with just anything.
What are you gonna do with me? Hand me over to the guards?
Those vegetables look like crap.
Give the apple back and be off. Just don't tell anyone you stole it. It would be better if you said it fell from his car. Off you go then, and eat your fill.
And who said Inquisitors were bad? Return to the costume stand. Well, if I could find it. Boy, I don't know how much more I can take of this game. I was gonna say that... Oh, that was the costume stand. That's why the whole thing played. Gotcha. I don't mind 30 FPS, personally. I think it's a good thing, especially if it's not like a fast-paced shooter or anything like that. If you don't need it, I'd rather get the higher resolution, higher graphic settings, ray tracing if possible. And I'll take a 30 FPS cap as long as it's consistent. This is easily under 30 right now, and the screen tearing is just unbearable. I can't unsee it, and it's really annoying.
It's the Inquisitor.
Welcome, Master Inquisitor. How can I be of service?
Inquisitor? Well, we're colleagues then. Name's Roland, Master Executioner.
We are no colleagues. I'd like to buy a mask for tomorrow's parade.
Hold your horses there, Inquisitor. I was here first. Well, merchant, do you have any garb worthy of an executioner?
For you? Master Executioner, I have something special. Here are the mask and costume of the Merry Executioner from Tianon.
The butcher who disappeared off the face of the earth a few years ago?
He was a devil. So devils dragged him under. He's sure to be dancing in hell as we speak.
Poppycock! Piss off, or I'll give you a good lashing.
How did the mask of the Merry Executioner from Tianon find its way to a merchant's stand?
Look at it, Inquisitor! Beautiful, isn't it?
What did you dig up there, friend?
It's been a while since I've had a vision. Why would Christ decide to send me one now? What is it he wanted to tell me?
What's with you, Inquisitor? You seem at a loss for words. I bet you'd like to buy the costume of the Merry Executioner for yourself. Absolutely not. I was first.
Damned headsman. He paid with gold he got from a convict on the scaffold. I saw the wretch put a coin in his hand, begging for one clean cut.
What you mean? Didn't it take him 3 swings to behead the man?
The butcher revels in cruelty. Supposedly, he lost his position as royal executioner. You're better off taking your own life than letting him lay his mitts on you.
From where did you get the mask and costume of the Merry Executioner from Tianon? I knew him, so I know that he considered the jester costume a shameful symbol of degeneration and brutishness, which is why he hid it. No one knew where.
I bought it, Master.
Don't lie or you'll end up in the pillory.
I'll tell you everything, my lord. Don't hurt me. An old lady sold it to me. One I met on the road leading through the woods. I saw her dog digging out the Merry Executioner's outfit. I'd seen the man many times in the past, so I immediately recognized the mask. I paid a fair price for it.
Your words stink of lies.
It was as I said, I swear.
I'll get to the truth one way or another. I'll be back if I discover you played me for a fool.
I mean, he sounded pretty convincing. Praying lets you uncover what is hidden behind the veil. Those objects may be useful during your investigations. I mean, he seemed like he was telling the truth to me. But I guess that's why I'm not an Inquisitor. I'm done playing this game. It honestly is just like, we didn't get to much. I know there was apparently in this one you get to do an investigation and some combat and stuff like that. I can't even make it to that point because the performance alone is bad enough, but then you got the visuals, which are just awful. Like, it's the textures aren't loading. The vegetables look like squares. I mean, it's just awful. I mean, look at this. The frame rate is dropping. You guys could even see that. And again, I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. It is a demo, so it could be an unfinished version of the game. Well, it certainly might be an older version of the game, if nothing else. But the screen tearing is too much. You can see the texture crawl, I guess is what you would call it. You know, the shimmering on distant objects. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good at all. This dude's just got a permanent scowl on his face. He's just an unhappy camper. I can't with this. It's not great. Not enough to make me want to keep going and try to finish the investigation or even get into combat. I can't imagine what the combat would be like. The game is $40. I don't think so. If this looks interesting to you, God bless you, but no. It's not good. Not to me anyway. If they clean up the visuals, if they I'm not lost. If they clean up the visuals, stabilize the frame rate, knock off the freaking screen tearing, don't uncap the frame rate if you can't hit it. It's just not gonna work. It's very detrimental to the experience. It just takes you right out of it. The voice acting is good except for the main character. Everybody else is better, and I don't know why. I still think it sounds very rigid with Mortimer's dialogue. He sounds really rigid. Maybe it was edited that way. I don't know. But everybody else seems very natural, fluent, very convincing. His is the only one that's very, I don't know, not natural. Doesn't sound natural to me. The music is okay, but everything else is just so stiff. The animations are really stiff. I understand that it's probably a budgetary thing. It's a very small team, probably. But $40 for this? I don't know about that. I don't know what the overall, of course, I don't know the length of the game. But if it's like a 10-hour game and it's a $40 price point, I don't agree with that at all. At best, this is like a $20 game. But I don't know. That's Calypso Media for you. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. You could try this demo out for yourself. If you want to go past this point, by all means do, and see if the rest of it's good. I'm not going to. I'm having a hard time just with the visuals alone. It's not making me feel ill or anything like that. I just can't stand it. But if you want to try this out, it's out on the PlayStation right now. That's where I'm playing it. It might be on other systems. I don't know. But I'm not going to go any further. Try it out for yourself. See if you like it. I don't know. You might. I do not. It could have been good. You know, murder mystery investigator sort of thing. That's always fun every once in a while, and with some light combat, you get some interesting characters that way, and so on and so forth. But this is awful. So, hopefully, maybe you like it. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join me again in the next one, where we play yet another demo or release of a game, and hope that it makes a good first impression. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is the Inquisitor, and I'll see you guys later.